Hi there, my name is Maria Dismondy and I'm the publisher at Cardinal Rule Press, and we are thrilled to bring to you the Wednesday Fall Agent Interview Series. That's a mouthful, isn't it? So every Wednesday in the months of September and October, we are interviewing a different literary agent in the book industry to get you the inside scoop as to what their day-to-day looks like, what they are looking for in the work that they accept, and the deals that they make for clients and for authors. So we want to give hope to the writing community that we are connected to. Today, I did an interview with Mark Gollieb, and he is from the Trident Media Group. And unfortunately, the first part of the interview did not get pushed to Facebook and did not record. So we missed the first 7 minutes. So I wanted to give you the background of that first 7 minutes. Mark told us about how he got started in the industry. He has been in the book industry since 2009. And he started working at one of the major publishing houses. And he has been with then he moved to the Trident Media Group, and I don't remember how many years he said he's been there, but he's been agenting for them. He does not take on one specific genre, which I thought was really interesting. He likes to read a variety, and he does book deals for many different genres. And I think the way that he talked about this was really unique. He said that it's kind of like listening to music. You don't just listen to one type of music. Many people want to, and some people do, but other people like a variety of music. And that was his analogy to wanting to read and accept many different types of manuscripts to do deals for authors. I then asked him about the seasonality of the job of being an agent. And are there certain times of the year that you are reading query letters or, doing book deals? And what he said was really interesting. And I'll tell you the first part and then I'll link it to the video. He did mention that for many, many years in the book industry, people had said that July and August were a really bad time to pitch book deals to publishers because those were really slow times. However, Mark thought, well, okay, if they're not getting book deals at that time because it's a slow time of year for the publishers, wouldn't they look at what's coming across their desk because they are slower? And so I will continue so that you can hear the rest of the interview with Mark Gollieb from Trident Media Group.
We're all abiding by that rule. Ooh. And it was as though...
Rocking the boat. I see where this is going.
Yeah, so publishers, suddenly their desks were clear, they might have a little bit more room in the budget, and they could get to the manuscript more easily. And I found, and I spoke with another colleague of mine, but he actually mainly just does nonfiction, that it was the busiest time for us. We had never been busier than in July and August, and also the other time people say not to really submit books is in the holiday season, basically Thanksgiving until the New Year, because so many people are going to be away from their desks on vacation. It's the same exact thing, because people buy into that. A lot of other agencies weren't submitting books during that time, and suddenly there were all these offers coming in. So I'm just very cautious about taking that kind of advice, but there are, some publishers who are still going to be that way, because again, people are going to, July and August for those who work on the publishing side of things is always going to be a terrific time to take a vacation, or if you have a sabbatical or something like that. So it, like with anything, it's a gamble.
Now, last week we interviewed Stephanie Hansen from Metamorphosis Literary Agency, and she talked a lot about the submissions process and the onboarding and, signing contracts and negotiations. So let's kind of take a step further. And if you are not on a day-to-day basis working on, edits with one of your authors or contract negotiations, what is it that you're doing? So what type of support maybe are you doing offering to authors, or what does your day-to-day look like?
Yeah, that definitely all what you mentioned in terms of the submissions, contracts, deal negotiations, that all definitely ties into, the day to day. I'll just take like a random day. Like if we say, maybe on a Thursday, we typically have our company staff meetings, and the company will go around the room, share the new deals they've done, share word about the industry news, and just the general kind of going ons. And then from there, everyone will get into starting their day. I might be composing an editorial letter to a client, or reading query letters to see if there might be a promising submission, in which case I'll be reading a manuscript to see if it might be the right fit. Like with today, an offer came in, so I'm in the process of negotiating and improving the offer. Or at any given time, there are multiple, I suppose, offers or contracts that have come in too. So we're doing contract review, making sure the contract the publishers has put forth is in keeping with, the standard kind of, I don't want to say form or boilerplate agreements, but we've established agreements with publishers, given the fact that the clout of our agency, the fact that our business goes to the bottom line of all these publishing companies. So we make sure, separate and apart from the deal points, that it's in keeping with that. Handling the accounting for clients, commenting and improving upon a publisher's marketing and publicity plans, making sure the book covers just as the client likes it, or trying to get a work translated and published overseas, or turned into an audiobook.
Oh, maybe. I did see you've done that quite a few times, film and TV adaptation.
We've done a lot of that for our clients. It's on our a page on our website. I think under our services tab, there's a book to film and TV section with a lot of our recent projects. Most recently, the new Dune movie, that was us. We had put that together. TV show wise, we did the TV show Sweet, Bitter, and Younger. Those are, I guess, the two most recent ones I can think of. And so, yeah, that's a matter of, sometimes folks from out west will come to our offices, ask us about projects, or tell us a specific need they have, and we try and fit something with that. Or I go out west and meet with a lot of different film and TV companies and actively pitch them.
Very cool. There's so much diversity in your day-to-day. It doesn't sound like it gets boring.
It does not ever get boring. It can't ever get boring. If it gets boring, that's a bad sign right there, because it could mean things are beginning to stagnate. And so, yeah, I'm happiest when things are busy and kept interesting and colorful and fun. Yeah.
Colorful and fun. I have one last question, and I did not really prep you for this, but tell me about your process in reading queries, because I can only imagine how many you receive. Is it, Mark, is it, Monday morning you open up your email box and you put them into a folder and you read them on Thursdays? Do you have a process, or is it whenever you're feeling like you want to read them?
Everyone is different about this. I know people who will even file them away for 4 months, or the worst thing I ever heard was, I couldn't believe I was hearing this, but I was on a panel with another agent. They'll remain unnamed, and the agency will remain unnamed, but they told the audience that they're only going to react to a query if they hear from the author that there's an offer from another agent or agency. And I thought, that is some of the laziest agenting I've ever heard. But no, I read my queries as they come in, because I like to stay on top of them. I find a lot of the best projects have come out of that space. So I literally, as they come in throughout the day, or if the day gets busy, I read them on the way to work, or before going to bed at night, or on the way back from work.
That's awesome.
So yeah, but there's a lot now, given what's going on in the world. People being at home, they finally have time to write that book.
I'll be curious to see what submissions look like for us this year, because they've been growing, and like you said, but in our process, we do have an acquisitions editor who goes through, and people don't follow the rules. We don't accept anything but realistic picture books right now, realistic fiction. So she'll go through and kind of say, these people are in this list because they didn't follow. These are, you know, books that we are not accepting. So she kind of weeds through them before they get to me. But I love that you keep on top of them. That is so hopeful for the people listening, that, you know, people are reading your query, people are reading your manuscript. So keep doing what you're doing in your writing, and don't forget to have it edited before you send it out.
Oh yeah, I mean, that helps, because the query letter is your first chance to showcase your writing and who you are as an author. You know, if you're a nonfiction author, you want to be celebrating your relevant, not only your relevant writing experience and credentials as a fiction author might, but really your platform. And in terms of just the quality of the writing and the letter, and how the story sounds, that's our first real insight into what the manuscript might be like. And so, you know, I think getting the query letter just right is important. I can weed out a lot of stuff that way. If I find a query letter that they indicate the manuscript is of the wrong, you know, book length, I might know right away, okay, this author might be very new at this, or, you know, and I guess anything kind of like that. But we have, like you, we make people go through the website because there are certain terms and conditions we want them to agree to. And it's funny because I can't believe I'm talking about this. There was someone on the internet who was impersonating me, going to authors, and yeah, I think there's someone living in the Philippines or something. I've heard from a few people at this point. They created a fake email address that mimics mine and everything. And one of the authors who called me and spoke to me about it, I said, this is one of the reasons why we ask people to go through our website. It keeps that kind of thing from happening.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's peculiar.
That is peculiar. Wow. I'm trying to see if we have any questions from people coming in. Sherry is so thankful to connect here, and we just appreciate your time. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So in closing, Mark, thank you so much for sharing your day-to-day, your seasonality. It sounds like you have a lot on your plate and you're doing what you got to do, and you're in the right business, and we really appreciate it. We will be back. My name is Maria Dismondy, and I'm with Cardinal Rule Press, and we will be back next week, same place, same time, to be interviewing another agent in the industry and hearing more on, you know, what is needed to get your books into the right hands and to get a book deal. And just to provide hope during 2020, this interesting year that we're living through, to provide hope to different writers out there that you can make your dreams happen. So Mark, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
All right, bye everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, Mark, Julie Albright is saying, best agent ever.
Oh, thanks, Julie. Yeah, I see a few of my clients who stopped by to show
Okay, yep, they're all giving you thumbs up. I love it. That's awesome. All right, thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oopsies, where? All right. Oh, they're still coming in the comments. I can't get.
Oh, I see them there on the right-hand side.
That's awesome. Thanks again.